Hello everyone, and welcome to Cognito Key. Today, we're going to crack the code on a term that's absolutely everywhere, but let's be honest, can still feel a little fuzzy.
I'm talking, of course, about the cloud. We hear it constantly. Our photos are in the cloud, our documents are in the cloud, our favorite shows are streamed from the cloud. But what does that actually mean? What is this thing really?
Well, the good news is, there's a surprisingly simple way to cut through all that confusion. There's this brilliant framework that just makes it all click into place.
It comes from a pretty official source, the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST for short. And it's called the 5-4-3 principle. This is going to be our key to unlocking what the cloud really is and how it all works.
So first up is the number 5. This stands for the 5 essential characteristics that a service absolutely must have to be considered true cloud computing. No exceptions.
Next up, we have 4. This represents the 4 different ways that cloud can be set up or, deployed. You can think of these as the different flavors of cloud.
And finally, the 3. This refers to the 3 main types of services that the cloud can actually offer to you or your business. So let's break it all down. 5 characteristics, 4 models, and 3 services.
Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to start with those 5 essential features. And this is really important. If a service is missing even one of these, then technically, it's not really cloud computing. It's that black and white.
First up, on-demand service. The best way to think about this is like a self-service buffet. You can go and get whatever you need, server time, storage, you name it, all by yourself anytime you want. No need to file a ticket or call someone for help. You are in control.
Second is broad network access. And this is where the real magic of the cloud experience comes in, right? It just means you can get to your files and services from anywhere, using your phone, your laptop, a tablet. It doesn't matter, as long as you're connected to the internet.
Third, we've got resource pooling. Think of it like the power grid. You don't have your own personal power plant, right? The utility pools its resources to serve everyone. The cloud is the same. Providers pool all their computing resources and serve lots of customers from that shared pool. You have no idea what physical server your data's on, and honestly, you don't need to care. The power is just there when you need it.
Number 4 is a big one, rapid elasticity. This is a real game changer. To you, the user, the resources feel practically limitless. You can scale up your usage massively if your website suddenly goes viral, and then scale right back down just as quickly. This flexibility is what allowed so many startups to even exist.
And the 5th and final characteristic is measured service. It works just like your electricity meter. The cloud system automatically tracks your resource usage, and you only pay for what you actually consume. It's that simple pay-as-you-go model, which creates total transparency.
Okay, so those are the 5 things that make a cloud. Now let's move on to the 4. This is all about where the cloud infrastructure actually lives and, more importantly, who gets to use it.
This breaks down pretty simply. A private cloud is for one single organization, like a big bank that wants total control. A public cloud is what most of us use. Think of services from Amazon or Google that are open to everyone. A community cloud is a cool concept where organizations with shared interests, say a group of universities, share the infrastructure. And finally, a hybrid cloud is just a mix of the others, letting a company keep some things private while using the public cloud for other stuff.
All right, we've covered the 5 characteristics and the 4 flavors. Now for the 3, the service models. This part answers the question, what can you actually do with the cloud? I think of it as a stack, where each layer builds on top of the one below it.
At the very bottom, you have infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. These are the fundamental building blocks, the raw servers, storage, and networking. On top of that is platform as a service, or PaaS, which gives developers the tools they need to build and run their apps. And at the very top is software as a service, or SaaS. These are the finished apps we all know and use every day, like Dropbox or Slack.
So now we have our 5-4-3 framework. It's a great model, but what is it that makes this whole massive global system work reliably and securely for everyone? Well, it all comes down to a few core principles.
A few key ideas make this whole thing possible. For instance, isolation makes sure your data is kept totally separate and secure from other users, even on shared hardware. But the absolute cornerstone of the entire system is trust. Without trust in security and reliability, nobody would ever move their important information to the cloud in the first place. And this quote really sums up the core promise of the cloud, doesn't it? It all comes back to that incredible flexibility and control. The power is in your hands to get exactly what you need, precisely when you need it.
So that's the 5-4-3 principle. It's the code that explains the cloud. But as more and more of our digital world moves into this ecosystem, it leaves us with a fascinating question to think about. Who do you think truly holds the keys to it all?
If this explainer helped you crack the code on the cloud, please subscribe to Cognito Key. And don't forget to like and share this video with anyone who might find it useful. Thanks so much for watching.